All right, also Noops Nation, my name is Reid Nelson. This is Izzy Alkafas. This is This Week in Rec Playing Game Edition. We'll start off Green Arrow with the resounding comeback, come up short over Menace, or Malice is Menace. I keep switching their name. A little lead up to the end of this game. Caleb Carlson, it looked as though Menace was going to hold for the last shot. About a minute left or so. He lost the ball in the backcourt, over and back. Sam Rosebear then got pinned in the corner. He ends up turning over the ball. Menace gets the ball back with 4.6 seconds to go. Emmanuel Harrison gets fouled, hits 2 free throws, and then Chris Maher comes down and almost hits. I thought it was going in. It looked good.
I mean, I think it was 22 seconds left when Caleb turned the ball over.
Okay.
Because I looked over and they were clapping and it was 22 seconds left while our game was going on. And then our game just finished. And I turn and look at the game, and I see Chris putting up that little desperation shot, and that it looked good. It rattled in, hit the backboard, rattled, backboard out.
Close one. They were. They were probably down 20 plus. Yeah. So, let's talk about. Let's start at the top. Crusaders defeat Miller Time 16-1 tomorrow night. Rebels here in Bloomington South. Who do you have in this game, and why?
The Rebels, they're playing too good a basketball right now. Obviously, the Crusaders have some good talent. They match up with them pretty decent, but when the Rebels are on a roll, it's hard to stop them, and Ryan's really getting into his groove. The first few games were a little shaky. I mean, he was still putting up the numbers, but you could tell that they weren't completely in sync, but I think now they're starting to hit their stride. Not
saying they will, but if, Rebels have a tendency, Jansen comes late, maybe he doesn't come at all, maybe somebody's missing, maybe one of their bigs are missing, any shot at an upset?
It's the playoffs. They'll show up. Jansen will be here. Of course there's a shot. I mean, whenever you have two teams, like Crusaders play pretty tough. Historically, they play, these grind-out games. So the issue is I don't think that they can contain them for 44 minutes. They might be able to keep pace with them for a while, but at some point in time, the Rebels will have a run of 10-plus, like a 10-0 run, 12-0 run, and then the Crusaders will not be able to get back in that game.
5-5 defeats the Barracudas for the second straight week. They are your 9 seed. They'll play the 8-seeded Free Ballers, going for the defending championship. No Xavier. What do you got?
I think we have their number. I think we've beaten them the last 2 times we played, I believe. Beat them last season. We gave them their only loss, I think, and then we beat them this season. Excuse me. Zip makes a huge difference. Him not being there hurts. The issue is for Fob is we're going to be shorthanded as well. No Bundy tomorrow. Briggs is out of town. And I think we might be missing one more. We might be down to Iron 5. And the Free Ballers they're still hungry. I mean, I thought they'd lose their hunger for the championship, but they still got it. So I think they'll pull it out.
I think for the first time ever, all 8 teams have made a game time request for tomorrow night. I really think it's all 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Haven't.
Okay, 7 of 8.
But we're playing UA. You're saying the top 8. You're saying?
Oh no, yeah. All 8 games have a request of a time. So we'll do our best. We'll kind of hash that out right now. So, do you have a winner in this game? Bob 5 Free Ballers. Or would you like to abstain since you're playing in the game?
I mean, I guess I'd like to abstain. I actually think it'll be a good
interesting
game. Yeah. It'll be a good game.
He's at a loss for words. Lights Out defeat tonight. Since there was a forfeit, I'm not going to say their name, but
who were they?
The Lights Out defeat tonight.
Who was it?
They will play the 4-seeded Muskies tomorrow night. Lights Out Muskies tomorrow night. 13-4.
I got to go with Bloomington here. Lights Out are better than they've been in the past. It's not the same Lights Out that you're used to, but the Muskies, I think, just play better team ball. And if the only concern with the Muskies is Rabble and McCray, they got some attendance issues, but if it's full strength against full strength, I have a hard time seeing Lights Out upsetting the Muskies. They just play too good a team ball, and even with Junius out, I think they'll make the right decisions and right changes throughout the game to win that game.
Back to the game we started off with. The number 5 Squires will take on Menace, which they're a 12 seed. Who do you have in this game?
I can see Menace here. The problem with Menace is they don't play very well together at all, and they're whoever, I think it's Kevin. Kevin's putting the wrong guys on the court at the wrong time. They can match up the Squires physically, and in fact, they probably have the advantage size-wise. What Menace really should do is just set their entire offense through Caleb and hop on his shoulders. He's their best player by far, and he's their best offensive talent by far. Get in the ball, get out of the way, and then hit E and Omar and Helmy, space the floor for him, and Chase will crash boards. Squires have been playing together for how long now? 3 years?
Well, I mean, a long time.
Pretty much the same team.
Forever, yeah.
You have two teams, polar opposites. You have Squires, who maybe aren't the most talented 1 through 8, but they play really good team basketball, and the exact opposite with Menace. So I got to go with team ball. I got to go with Squires, and I really think this season, I usually don't have the Bloomington bias. I like to give credit to Fridley, but I have not seen a lot from Fridley to be impressed with, and I think Bloomington are going to have a really easy Sweet 16.
All right, Chad. I have to apologize to Caleb. He had a beautiful putback dunk. That was probably about me to 4 feet away, and my camera was just draped around my neck. I missed it. It would have been awesome, but it was awesome. Okay. So I apologize, Caleb. Big Smash smashes Spurs. I'm sure they did it in Big Smash fashion, running up the score. I was just told about it. I didn't see it, but I can only imagine. Uncle Drew's kids, 10-7.
This is probably going to be the best. It has the potential to be the best game of the night. There will be technicals. I mean, I'm going to guess there will be at least one technical.
Over-under?
Over-under 1.5.
So you're going to bet the under.
Actually, I'm going to say over-under. The line would probably be half.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over. Uncle Drew's kids have the largest team in rec. And it's really not even close. They have 7 guys, I think, that are above 6'2", and then they have Noe. They're a matchup nightmare. The only issue is they don't play well together. Like they all run to the same spots. It's clumpy, and Noe obviously dribbling on, trying to probe, trying to find an open man, and it's just not as cohesive as you think it would become after 8 now 9 weeks, including the playoffs. So I got it. Big Smash worries me with attendance, but Big Smash have done it year in, year out. They always kind of lollygag through the season, and they put it together either really good postseason or they're done in the first round. I actually think that they'll pull this one out, and what I think is an upset. I think they'll upset on the Blues kids.
Clumpy. I like that. Number 3, Gorillas. Number 19, UANO.
What do you mean?
UANO beat the Sonics.
No, wait.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Josh said that the Sonics would be playing the Gorillas and they'd win.
See,
what happened?
I don't know, but I just know that UANO came and told me they have a game time request for 7:30.
Are they sure they didn't? I'm confused.
Josh Royal's prediction was incorrect.
Oh. Okay. So they lost.
Sonics lost.
Wow. Okay. So Josh is out.
Yes.
Okay. I guess it's an upset. Would you say? UANO.
That was the only upset of the evening. 19.
But would you say
14.
that was an upset? I thought that was pretty evenly matched.
That's why you're here. I just
okay.
Put the mic.
I mean, I thought they were pretty evenly matched. I watched the game. That game could have gone either way. Talent-wise, UANO is going to have to really run against the Gorillas to win. Because if they slow the game down, so what they got to do is they got to get the ball. If the Gorillas make a bucket, they got to start booking it down the other side of the court, try to get some easy baskets, because if they go half court, I think the Gorillas will have an easy time with them. So obviously advantage Gorillas. UANO it's got potential to beat them, but they really got to execute. So I'll go with Gorillas, but UANO can definitely play. They're a solid team. I think they're underrated.
All right, Gorillas and a laugher. Magic Johnsons defeat Victoria's Secret. 11v6, Magic Johnsons versus the Blazers.
I really, really want to go with the upset, but the Blazers have been playing too well for me to go against them. So I got to go Blazers. I think they match up well with the Magic Johnson. I think they can cover 1 through 5, and I don't think the Magic Johnson can do the same for them. As long as they contain their shooters, as long as the Blazers contain Magic Johnson shooters, they should not have any issue. So I'm going to go with Blazers, and I actually think they win by 15 to 20.
Biggest win of the night?
I think the Rebels might, but they're a close second.
Okay, final game. 15-seeded Bulls, 2-seeded Shockers.
I don't trust the Bulls. I've only seen them play twice. Once again, it's another team with cohesion issues. It reminded me a little bit of Respect the Game.
Wow.
In terms of cohesion.
Going back.
Yeah. The Shockers are clicking. With Zhao, with they have Zhao and Jake on the court, they're almost unguardable. And then you can spread the floor out with shooters, and they work hard and they play defense. As a team, like of all the teams, like they play team. Like they rely on each other. They're some of all parts, and I really like the way they play. And I can't say the same for the Bulls and the Shockers. Really, out of all the games, I think this has the highest potential for like a 30-point blowout. But I think the Bulls have enough pride in Whiskey and Stephen Kelsey. They'll do enough to keep them in the game long enough for them to eventually lose. But I think the Shockers will probably win between 8 to 12 points.
I mean, I recall last postseason, the Bulls had trouble getting 5 people here for the Sweet 16 game. I remember Mike Wiskus putting on a jersey but saying he couldn't play, and he was just standing at half court.
Yeah.
That was their 4th guy. So who knows, I guess, who shows up tomorrow. It's a different team. MVP race, 5 people. Who should be up there? Who shouldn't be up there? Other than Jansen.
I think that we did a pretty good job of getting the right guys in there. I didn't really have much of a say. I omitted, but it's going to be the usual suspects. But Jake probably has to win it. By the way, Jake gave Trey Sales doesn't think you're any good at all. So next time you potentially play him, make sure he guards you. And then make sure that you dunk on him a couple times. That is all. Other than that, I think Jake gave 2 top 5 PPRs. Bloomington Fridley, I think he's 2 and 4.
Did he slip from 1? Because he had like a 6-point lead at one point this season when I checked.
Maybe he's 1 and 4, but I know he's in the top 5 in both, top 4 in both. I think him and Chris are the only other guys that are in the. I think maybe Chris is 2 and 5 and Jake is 1 and 4. Other than that, I think it's a 2-man race. Chris has obviously carried Green Arrow. Obviously Rosebear was huge tonight, from what I hear, and Pat, but he's been kind of the anchor for that team all season. But I think it's got to be Jake, and I think Jake's a phenomenal talent, despite what Trey says. Trey thinks you're like a 3rd or 4th tier guy, maybe even a guy coming off the bench.
Well, that's just simply not true. Okay, tomorrow night here in Bloomington, Thursday night in Fridley, or actually tonight here in Bloomington. It'll be Wednesday. Let's get these times figured out. So
It's gonna be fun.
All right, see you tonight.